Hey you guys, I hope everybody's having a great night. It is Thursday. We are trying to get Betty to sleep. I hope I have a decent connection. For right now, we're just going to have an open discussion on true crime. Whatever cases that you guys would like to talk about, leave in the comments below. I've been looking into the Delphi murders, and there's so many twists and turns with that case. Also, I've been thinking about going into the Casey Anthony case because it was just such a popular case and it was very horrible what happened to baby Kaylee. I will be talking about Jodi Arias some more because of her possible appeal. Well, not possible appeal, she's getting appeal. And she could have the possibility of walking because of a mistrial, because of the conduct of her prosecutor or her lawyer. I believe it's somebody on the prosecution. He acted very improper. Anyway, I've thought about going into like the popular cases that everybody knows about, of course, like the O.J. Simpson case, and then talk more about just different types of true crime, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, all those kinds of cases, because some people are just now getting into true crime and they don't know about these people. And I really think we need to put a light on Ted Bundy and types like Ted Bundy that are the smooth talkers and the guys that can get the ladies. And there's people out there like that are psychopaths that don't necessarily get caught like Ted Bundy. I mean, he did get caught because he had such a thirst for what he was doing. And so that is what is so sick, because the world that we live in, you have to be so careful anymore. There's so much craziness in the news. Jules of Thought, one of my good YouTube friends, she did a video today about what's on the news and what happened in Florida about a guy pretty much molested an Olaf stuffed toy in a Target. Like, that is ridiculous. Like, can we not even trust our toys, like, in a store? Like, it is so disgusting. You never know what people are going to start doing to stuffed animals and toys, and just because they're sick and twisted and need mental help. I think a lot of this could be prevented if people got the right mental help. A lot of these murders could be prevented if people got the right mental help. Just like Nicole Kessinger and the Chris Watts case. I believe that I was reading a thing about what somebody said about Chris, and he would do anything for anybody. And that made me think, well, if he would do anything for anybody, then that makes me think that even more so that he would do something like this for Nicole Kessinger. Because if he would do anything for anybody, he would definitely do it for her. He was in love with her, and obviously he's delusional and thinks that he's still writing her, but obviously he knows something. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not delusional. Maybe he knows. Maybe, I mean, what was their stupid thing? It was about peanut brittle or banana nut bread. Banana nut bread, that's what it was. He kept saying that she talked about banana nut bread, and that was like their code. Like, so if that's their code, then they obviously had to discuss that. Isn't that like giving away that she was a part of the case? Like, there's just so many crazy twists and turns with the Chris Watts case. But I wanted to do an open discussion and leave it out on the floor, what kind of cases that you would like me to discuss now that I'm trying to get back in my groove and get everything going with my true crime. There's several different in Oklahoma that I'm going to be covering. The brutality of one, I don't know if I necessarily want to get into because it was so bad and it happened in Oklahoma to a 12-year-old girl. But it's just different true crime cases. And, I will be going over a case that happened in Garfield County and Wacomas County called Justice for Jax. And it is about this little boy who was pretty much horribly treated. He was abused. He was used for drugs and pretty much treated horrible. This little boy has been through horrible things by his own mother because she's been addicted to meth. Meth is a horrible drug, you guys. It is a horrible thing. It makes people do stupid and crazy things, even so much so as, pimping out your child, which is horrible for drugs. Like, this is the kind of world that we live in, you guys. And this lady is still been able to bond out. This is what I don't understand. This lady has still been able to bond out every freaking time. Her name is Michelle Bergley Reynolds, whatever you want to name her, call her. She is the mother of this child who she abused. Like, she abused him sexually, she abused him physically. It was horrible. He had chunks of hair pulled out of his head. He had bite marks on his ears. He had bruises and horrible things all over his body. He had marks on his genitals. It was horrible what happened to this poor little boy. And this woman is still walking the streets and able to bond out on drug charges right now. She is out this weekend. She got busted this weekend, and yet she is bonded out. That is what I just can't understand, and is horrible about this judicial system, you guys. And it's just horrible. It is horrible what she has done. It has been in the news about what she has done. She pumped him full of meth, and then to keep him from going all over the place and to make him fall asleep, she would give him melatonin at night. He had 14 melatonin. They said 14 tablets of melatonin. That's the equivalent that he had in his system. This is the kind of horrible person. This is the horrible person and horrible world that we live in. And they're still not in jail. They are still walking the street. You guys, justice, we have people the cops are killing people left and right. Our world is horrible around us. We have to really stop. Our ocean, I seen a video today of oil in the water and how bad it is. Like, it is horrible, just chunks and chunks and chunks of oil just being strung up on the beach, and they just standing in a line just taking buckets and buckets and buckets of this petroleum oil. And it is horrible because, our sea life and our animals are being affected by this. We're being affected by this. It's polluting everything. We have to be more careful with what we're doing with our life. We have to start paying attention. We have to start recycling, even if it's just something small, you guys. Set a separate trash can aside for plastic bottles, and let's try to stay away from them. Let's try to stay away from the plastics. Let's go paper and stuff that will help the environment, because, you guys, it is not worth it. It's so bad already. Our world is not okay. We have to realize that we are living in really hard times, and we need to build up each other. There is so much bullying in this world. It's not okay. There's so much gun violence in this world. It's not okay. If people can go out and harm people at the drop of a hat just because they feel a certain way, or they see something on Facebook or watch something on YouTube that triggers them, that's the kind of scary world that we live in. A person can watch a movie and get triggered by it. There was a lot of people speculating about the Joker movie because they think, oh my goodness, this is gonna strike terrorism. People are gonna this, and to have a warning that it's who the age group is going to be affected. This age group is what we're worried about. Teenage boys who are kind of, in their own little world. And I'm sitting there going, wow, they're seriously putting out a warning about young kids taking things way out of hand, and if they do that, that means they need mental help. And I watched a video the other day of a teacher that literally stopped a boy with a gun going into a classroom. It was horrific. It was and he just held the kid. He just held the student. Like, it was crazy. And he only had one bullet, and he said he was just gonna go in there, and it was just horrible. This is the kind of world that we live in. If you guys, if you know somebody that is struggling, please get them help. talk to them. Sometimes people just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes people just need to have somebody to listen to and to just be like, are you okay? Or, would you like to come over? Ryan Wickens, how are you tonight? We should talk about Ed Kemper. Okay, I will definitely look him up. And I will do some research for you. Because I am all about open crime and new discussion, and I would talk about it right now, but I have a poor internet connection and I can't look up stuff and do this at the same time at the moment. I can do it, I know how to, but I can't because I'd lose you. So, I am doing good. It is a stormy night in October. It is snowing right now. I just got Bean asleep. She's asleep finally, I think, kind of. But it is snowing outside. So it is very cold. It's in the 30s. We completely skipped fall. And we just went straight to winter. So it's a good time to talk about some true crime. It's the weather for true crime. Oh, that's awesome. I love Duty Ron. I haven't been in any of his lives lately. I haven't got any of his notifications. I need to go look and see if I'm getting his notifications, because I don't think I am. I don't know why I'm not. I used to get them all the time. I need to check my settings. But I will definitely check my settings. Make sure I am. How is old Duty Ron? Is he doing good? I hope you're doing good, Duty Ron, if you're out there, if you watch this on the replay. Periscope. Okay, I don't have Periscope. I don't have the Periscope. I just have the Streamlabs. And I'm trying to get my computer set up. I do have a computer, but I'm trying to get it set up. So when I get all that going, I'll be able to do different things and edit and do stuff like that. But I'm getting there. I'm getting more subscribers, so I'm learning how to do things. I've just got to get I need an intro. I would like to do an intro about true crime. Hey, Cinnamon Hot, how are you? I'm so glad you could join. Great. I'm so glad. We are having an open discussion about true crime. I'll be going into the light here in a minute. I just got Betty asleep, so aw, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, tell him I said hello for me. And tell him I'll be trying to get in some of his lives. I am good. I'm enjoying the snow. It is a snowy October in Oklahoma. We had thunderstorms today. It was crazy because we had thunders. It was lightning and thunder, and then they tell us, oh, the temperature's dropping, so yeah, I like it. I love the snow. I'm so happy it's finally getting cold. I like the hot, but I love the winter. Great, Ryan, that's awesome. I know exactly who you are, by the way. I don't need your picture. I know who you are. I know, got my little community. It's doing good. It's nice and chilly. You guys, I got Betty to sleep. I'm so happy she was so tired. You know, when you have a kid and then you get them asleep at an early nap and then get them worn out, it's really easy to get them asleep. Especially when you give them a bath and feed them and all that good stuff. It's pretty easy. Hello, thank you guys for joining us. We are doing an open discussion on true crime. We have some suggestions. We're going to do Ed Kemper. That'll probably be my next discussion. I wanted to talk a lot about Ted Bundy and characteristics like him. And in the modern world that we live in, it is tragic because people are going crazy left and right. You can't even go into Target anymore without having to worry if you've bought toys that have been sodomized. Um, Very very sick world. So I leave it to you guys in the different states that we live in. I have 380 followers, and so in the different states that you guys are from, I would like you guys to leave me some of the most popular cases from your state and what you guys think in your state is the most horrific crime that's happened in your state. So, yeah. I have been wanting to do some more on Ted Bundy and talking about why it is so crazy in the world that we live in that women be very cautious, especially with dating apps and things like Craigslist. Like, oh, the other day on the news, it showed this guy that got scammed over his roof about some guy he hired from Craigslist. Well, duh. You hired him from Craigslist. If people honestly trust these dating websites, it is crazy how much information people give away quickly. You guys, you have to be so careful about what you put on social media, what you put anywhere, on any kind of platform, especially when you're dealing with people you don't know. Anybody can hide behind a screen. It's easy to know a person when they make videos, like we have our small little community and stuff like that, and people that you can trust, but you have to be very cautious before you just hop in there. You have to be very, very careful about what you're doing. And so, with that being said, Ted Bundy was a very charismatic, very good looking man, especially for his time. He would lure women in with his false charm, get him to his car, and yes, the Olaf that was molested in Target in Florida. Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible. Oh, it was horrible. You guys, make sure you guys wash your stuffed animals before you give them to your kids. Doesn't matter if they're in a box or kind of in a box. You never know what people are doing to them. And you guys, freakos and creepos are out there. Watch your kids. Don't let your kids go places by themselves. Don't let them walk by themselves to school or to a bus stop. Anymore, cars and people are crazy. Stay with your babies. Watch your babies. Be careful about what you do with your babies, don't trust just any Tom, Dick, and Harry that you find on Craigslist, especially if they're reaching out and wanting to do things with your kid. You have to look up different things about child grooming and it's pedophilic behavior, especially if like a person that is a known pedophile and people are hanging around with them. If they're hanging around with a pedophile, they're a pedophile. I'll give you an example. If a person is busted with child pornography on their phone or pictures of children in a different country on their phone, and then their friends are with them, you know, their friends are just as bad as they are. People like that deserve to be behind bars or worse because they're not going to change. There's no rehabilitating a person in the head that's attracted to children. You can't fix that. You cannot fix that. It's a perversion. And that's what's wrong with our world. Our world is so perverted. And parents anymore are letting the internet teach and train their children. It is so sad. We had a case in Oklahoma City about two young boys, a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old. It was so sad. They put a generator in their trailer and they died of carbon monoxide. They didn't know that it would hurt them by putting a generator in the trailer. And I'm sorry, but who teaches their children? You have to teach your children basic things. You have to teach them, even at a young, early age. The stove is hot. The street is dangerous. Some parents aren't doing this. They're too addicted to their phones and what's going on socially around them and not paying attention. The neglect rate and the child death rate is so high because parents aren't paying attention to their children. You guys, put down your freaking phones. Yes, I will do that. The Green River Killer, I know about the Green River Killer. I have done research on the Green River Killer riot, and that is a very good suggestion. Very good suggestion. I'm sorry, you guys, I got off topic. But you know, it's just crazy about the true crime in the world that we live in. If people were more cautious, I think we wouldn't have the amount of death that we do. I think the amount of death that we have is because of lack of, when I was raising my kids, other kids scare. Exactly. They scare me too. It's not necessarily your kids you have to worry about. It's the other kids that the parents aren't paying attention to. Some of these parents are too wound up in what is going on in their life and they are messing up their children and they do not care. Oh yeah, you have to be very cautious about, yeah, that's any family member. Any family member. I have tons of nieces and nephews. Like almost 20 of them. I'm not even kidding you. Our family has grown huge. It's kind of crazy looking at how small it was and then how many branches it's come off. But I used to work in child psychology, so I know like the characteristics, especially about when a child is off, when things are happening in child's life, when the transition is different, when a child starts acting differently. Yes. Yes. I of course your training is very intense. Very intense. And see, and that's what this world needs is they need strong people to show and to you know, the world that we live in, a lot of parents don't have that protective side to them. They just let their kids go out. And I'm not saying you like monitor your kids' every move, you know, you have to let your kids live their life. But at the same time, you know, you be cautious as serpents, innocent as doves, you know? You be like a snake. You be very cautious. Snakes, what, are hardly ever seen, right? But if they are seen, it's probably because what? They're dead in the road, right? Right? Or in a zoo. But hardly ever do you see a snake just, you know, unless you know, live in a high populated place of snakes. That, you know, I hate snakes, so I don't really want to talk about them. But, you know, it's just kind of like that, you know? You need to be cautious over your surroundings, you know? You got to know what's around you. Even when you're in Walmart, y'all. I agree. I don't like snakes at all. I literally have a phytophobia. I believe that's what it's called. It's it's a fear of snakes. It's no joke. My husband was so okay, I'm going to tell y'all a story real quick. My husband, when we were dating, I can't believe he did this to me. He found a rattlesnake dead in the road, okay? And if you know anything about rattlesnakes, you know that they can bite after they're dead, right? When their head's chopped off, they can still bite. And they can still kill people because of the venom in their fangs. Just note to self that. If you even step on the head of a snake, they can still bite you and the venom can still kill you. If you get bitten by a dead snake, you still need to go to the hospital. Anyway, my husband takes a freshly dead snake, a rattlesnake, okay, and proceeds to put it. Okay, first of all, he didn't. Yeah, he did put it on my car first. He put it on my car. And I was like, oh my gosh. He knows I'm deadly afraid of snakes. And he put this snake on my car. Yeah, that's great. That is great. Listen to this. He picked up his snake and he put it on my car, okay? It was dead, yes, but still. I am so afraid of them. And so I was like, okay, I'm going inside. Well, I had just got McDonald's. I had fresh fries, my McChickens in the bag. I was ready to eat them. And I was like, I'm going inside. He takes this stinking snake and he starts chasing me after it, okay? I am so afraid. I throw the McDonald's in the air. I try to go get in my stinking truck to get away from him holding the stinking snake. And he goes and he puts it right by my face. I was crying. I was so terrified. I don't care if it was dead. I don't care. I was so scared. I'm still terrified of that. I cannot believe he did that. I couldn't believe that he did that. I cannot believe he was so mean like that. But I'm legitimately, he knows not to do it ever again, and he's never done it since. So he knows, because I got him back. Not with a real stinking spider, but with a fake one. I got one of them big fake spiders, and I scared the crap out of him with it. So I got him back for it. But I was so terrified. I was crying so hard. I was like, oh my gosh, leave me alone, just let me go. And the McDonald's went everywhere, y'all. I'm not even kidding you. It was like a zombie was coming after me. I threw the McDonald's up in the air and I started running. Fries went everywhere. There was McChickens on the ground. I was like, Wah! I was out of there so stinking fast. Oh, I know. I'm too stinking nice. I should have gotten a real spider. I'm not afraid of spiders at all. I love spiders. I think they're cool. I think they're cute. I think they have so much better to offer than freaking snakes. Snakes are out there eating bunny rabbits and people's pets. Spiders I know kill a lot of things too. But I'm a spider person. Sorry if you hate spiders, but I'd rather have spiders than snakes anytime. I'm not afraid of spiders at all. I will pick them up. I will hold them. I'll let them crawl on me. I could be Spider-Man. I could be Spider-Man. I could be Spider-Woman. Spiders don't bother me. That's no problem. Snakes, on the other hand, Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. You did it. Okay, you guys, I am about to transition. I'm going to be really quiet for a second. Hold on. Ouch. Stinking shoulder hurts. Laid wrong. I don't know if y'all can see me. I'm trying to be quiet. Okay, hold on. I can't see. I'm trying to be quiet. That was the door. Okay. I'm trying to be quiet. I don't want to wake Betty up. Okay. Alright, you guys. So, we're back. Now that y'all can see me, hope that's better for y'all. Okay. Let me see. Let me miss a chat. So the spiders bite you and the venom numbs. Where they bite, they keep eating you. It's bad. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I heard that those are not fun. There's also a snake. I cannot think of the name of it. It was on this one show. I cannot remember the name of the stinking show. Gaboon Viper. I think that's what it was called, the Gaboon Viper. And they're so, so poisonous. And I believe somebody got bit by them. I'm live.
I was wondering, who are you talking to in here?
No, I'm talking to myself.
I was like,
is it snowing out there? Is it still snowing? Is it? No. It's not. It stopped snowing.
Yeah, it's talk. I was wondering who you was in here talking to.
No, I'm in here talking to all
Talking to all your loyal YouTube followers.
all my loyal YouTube followers. Okay, I love you. Okay. All right, so back to what we were discussing earlier. So with Ted Bundy and people like Ted Bundy, and people like Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer was a psycho. Like, he was a psycho. You know, he put on a mask and wanted people to like him, so he tried to make people like him by making them laugh. And he was considered the class clown for a while. So Dahmer had a weird, and he had homosexual tendencies as well. Like, he was just really weird. His parents weren't in and out. His mother didn't give a crap. She was an alcoholic. His dad was like abusive. They didn't give a crap about him. He was one of those children that have the Golden State Killer. I have. Don't tell me. He was a truck driver, right? Refresh my memory. The Golden State Killer. Right? Wasn't he a truck driver that went along the highway and picked up girls that were like not very didn't have family or background? There was one guy the other day, I cannot think of his name. He was considered the world's worst. He killed like 99 women, all black females. I guess some were white. I think he had one white victim. He all liked them for their neck. He said, I liked them for their neck. It was certain characteristics of their neck that he liked. And he liked them at a certain height, and he wanted to strangle them. He would take them and put his hands around their neck and say, what would you do if I strangled you? And I guess they would like look at him and go, and then he would kill them. Very scary, very creepy. The Golden State Killer. Yeah. He is an ex-cop. Wait, is he the one I watched the interrogation on? I think he is. I think he's the guy that I watched the interrogation video on. I think that's. He wore glasses, and did he sit with his arms crossed in the interrogation video? No. No. No way. No way. I am totally gonna look that up. I took a screenshot of that because I am going, not of you, of like the Golden State Killer. So I know to look it up, because if I don't, I will forget. What? So what was that like? That's crazy. So is he the guy that, the Golden State Killer, did he have bigger glasses? Hey, Cody, come here. Cody.
What?
Come here, do some research for me. Will you look up the Golden State Killer? If he's who I think he is, he was an ex-cop
that had bigger glasses that would strangle and torture his victims.
Sure you're not talking about the BTK killer over there in Kansas?
No. This is the Golden State Killer. Yeah, he did a DNA test. That's how they caught him, and truly, you wouldn't think he would have done it. Golden State Killer. No, I was thinking of another guy. Wow. But yeah, I will definitely look him up. Wow. Yeah. BTK was a weirdo as well. Wow. I think I want to make me some coffee. I think I want some coffee and crime. We're going to talk about some crime. I think I want to do it with some coffee. Ouch, my hip's hurting. My hip has been out of place and it got fixed and now it's like hurting again. I want some coffee. I don't care. Looks all different. Oh, sorry. You're in your undies. I want my coffee cup. I might make me some hot chocolate, actually. What are you watching? Oh, yeah, Urban Cowboy. Cinnamon hot, yes, him and... Oh. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. That is a psychotic person. Don't wake the child. Guess what? I had one more hot chocolate, you guys. Oh, it's a great night for hot chocolate and crime. I shouldn't have threw that little bit of coffee away. Dang it. I should have kept it so I had like mocha chocolate, hot chocolate. Low key. That's cool, I guess. I've never been told I look like anybody. Well, I've been told I look like, who did you say I look like? Amy Smart? I think that's her name. She played in Rat Race. I don't know if I look like anybody famous. I don't think I do. Big cup. Big cup. Oh, yeah. Richard Ramirez was totally crazy. He was psychotic. He would go in there and rape the women and... I'll look that up. I will look that up. What's a cute name? Fallon. I like that name. Oh, the hot chocolate. Oh, the hot chocolate. And I want it really concentrated, so when like that cold water comes out, when that comes out, I'm taking it. I'm so glad. That's like perfect. I mean, like, yeah, that didn't need all that water. Did I put my marshmallows up Well, thank you. Ouch, my poor hip. Feels like it's going in and out of place. I need to get my little stand. I had my stand up. Oh, this is great, you guys. It's cold outside. Got my marshmallows, got my hot chocolate. I don't have my little stand, but it's all right. So, with that being said, has anybody ever thought about discussing... Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's amazing what makeup does. It really does. Really does help. But thank you. Oh, Boomer Sooner. Boomer Sooner. My email says it all. I would give you the email, but then my email would be out there. But yes, it's in my... I'm a total Suitor fan. I like Cowboys too, but not like I like Sooners. I will root for the Cowboys if they're like playing some team and they do really good in like the other state. But as far as OU and OSU, Boomer Sooner. Boomer Sooner. I lost track. About or discussing school shootings. That is awesome. OU is a really good school, but OU is like a crazy party school, party town as well. I've thought about discussing the Columbine shooting. I have thought about discussing the Florida shooting. I have thought about the shooting that happened in Las Vegas. To see like the characteristics of those people. James Holmes, the Colorado shooting. Different characteristics of those people, like I was talking about earlier, how things can trigger or influence people, you know, like that all people were worried about the Joker movie, and you know, I did want to talk about that. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Well, I've never been in that kind of position before, but I've often wondered like how people would react if something like that happened. What would you do? Like if you were in Walmart and somebody had a gun, and that would be just crazy. Like that's our everyday world that we live in. People were in a Walmart in El Paso. Lose my jaw. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining. Talking about true crime. We've talked about a little bit of everything tonight. A little bit of ins, a little bit of outs. I really want to like pick one subject and like go through all the facts of the case. I got really into the Darlie Routier case. There's a lot of questions on that. If I think her involved in the Darlie Routier case. She gets appeal. She's trying to get an appeal. She's still claiming her. Is it still cutting in and out? Yeah, I will next week. Totally next week. it'll be, it might be crappy because of the storm too. I'm so sorry. Sorry if it's crappy. I will try next week. We'll have completely good internet, hopefully. So it won't be in and out. So sorry. But since it's kind of cutting in and out for you guys, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Since it's cutting in and out for you guys, I think we're just gonna go ahead and end it there. Yeah, but it's fine. Okay. If it's not too fine, okay. Okay, as long as that's okay. I need to get a little octopus arm thingy. So I have my little stand. It's in there. That way I can set you guys up and I can talk. Oh, is he? Okay, well. Okay, I'm gonna get off here then. If he's gonna do a thing, if Judy Rodden's gonna go live, then I want to get off here. Let's see, how long have we do this for? We've gone and been on for 47 minutes. Great. This is a pretty good live, you guys. Please leave a like and subscribe if you're not. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys would like to talk about in some of their future videos. I want to pick a topic and discuss with it all the way through. Like the Darlie Routier case, I believe that there was more people involved. I believe that her husband was involved. I believe it was staged. I believe that there was things set up at her crime scene and the crime scene that were just too off. You know, just things that were. The video of her, you know, spraying silly string on the child's grave, you know. My thing is like doubling everything. Yeah. Definitely leave a comment though on the cases that you guys want me to go into way more. I'm going to go through the chat and do all the in-depth ones. Like I said before, child cases and stuff like that are a little really hard for me to handle, so I don't, you know, the Chris Watts case was enough for me. And that kind of is just brutal enough. I think that's why I don't want to do any more child cases right now. That's why I'm kind of staying away from the Casey Anthony thing, but I will go into it because she was just a nutcase and walking the streets, and there's talk that she could be pregnant. You guys, I really want a pumpkin pie. I'm craving a pumpkin pie right now. I really want a pumpkin pie. Sorry. Are we back? I accidentally pressed a button. I hope I'm back. Yeah, they're child cases, and the Darlie Routier case, I seen the crime scene photos for it, and it was brutal. Even just listening to the story, it was brutal. Sorry, you guys. I accidentally pressed a button. Like, crazy little story. You know, I bought and I baked it in the oven, and it was horrible. I took 2 bites of it, and I was like, I don't know if I got a bad pumpkin or if I didn't pick one out. And maybe it was because it was a little pumpkin. I don't know. It didn't taste like a pumpkin. Like, bleh. It was not good at all. I was like, this doesn't even taste like a pumpkin. So, I'm going to get a big pumpkin, a big old pumpkin, like a Cinderella pumpkin. Gonna hollow the thing out, get the seeds, get all the pumpkin guts, put them on a thing, on a tray, put some olive oil on top of them, season them with whatever seasoning I want, maybe get some, I don't know, I might be freaky, I might decide to do something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm feeling. And I'll do some roasted pumpkin seeds. You gotta have olive oil. What you do is you get them all out of your little thing. You put them in a strainer. You get all the pumpkin guts off of them. All the stringy clean. Then you drain them and then you dry them. You get them in a paper towel and then you dry them. You dry them as good as you can. Then you put them on a cookie sheet and then you season them. Or you put in the seasoning in a bowl and then you put them in the bowl up and get them all seasoned and then you put them on a cookie sheet. But before you put them on the cookie sheet, you gotta spray your spray. Put some butter on there so they don't stick on there. Then you pop them in the oven. Olive oil. Oh, dip them in olive oil. Here, I'll show you guys this. You take them, you dip them in olive oil, you dip them in your seasoning, then you put them on your cookie sheet. That's how you do it. Roasted pumpkin seeds. Or you can put them in your boiler. They're awesome. Or you do it that way too. And then then you put it in the oven. And then you cook that. And then you get that all moist and all pretty and how you want it to be cooked, the way you like it. And then you scrape that when it's done. Then you put it in a big old bowl and you add all your stuff and you make a homemade pumpkin pie. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a homemade pumpkin pie, you guys. Yeah, I will make a homemade pumpkin pie. And I'll do it like I did my one video for y'all. When I did my carbonara pasta, I think that's what I made. Yeah. Tomorrow night, I'm making jambalaya with some boudin in it for dinner. How about that? I might go live and do that for y'all. Show y'all how I do that. Make real good old gumbo. Show y'all how I make my gumbo. Piddlin' Bill has a great channel. If you guys have not checked him out, definitely go check out seafood gumbo, anything roasted, anything. Oh, he you name it, he can make it. Definitely go check him out. He's got some great recipes. And his wife, Jill's a Thought, go check her out as well. I've been doing some of my shout outs. You know, there's a few people I've been missing from here lately, but I get that they're going through, you know, some stuff. So I get it. You know, but if you're still out there watching Daniel Bishop 9147, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing great. You haven't made a video in a minute, and I know you said you were taking a break, and I respect that. I'm doing good. I hope all of my little YouTube community is doing good. I know there's a lot of people that wanted to get out of the whole one side picking that and one side picking the other. You know, some people getting along and some people picking other characters and content creators and all this other stuff. You know, you don't say about the Chris Watts case that I have never said and I will never say. I respect Shanann. She is a woman that cannot defend herself. I respect the family. You know, I cannot stand these content creators that have flip-flopped and go back and forth and do all this of it. I will voice my opinion though. If I feel like something is being said and something's not right, I will say that. I will stick up for somebody if they are being bullied also in the live chat. I don't stand. You can voice your opinion just like the next person. You can do it respectfully, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that can we can respect each other. You know, you kind of give and you gotta get. But sometimes though, I get hot in a pistol when I'm mad. And I go off, and just like certain things on the Chris Watts case just really, really, really upset me. You know, the whole argument over Shanann and the girls, and did Shanann do something to the girls? No, she didn't do anything to her babies. That needs to rest, that needs to stop, that needs to not be even brought up again. And that is what is irritating, is that crap is getting brought up and dragged up, and because of this stupid stinking book that's coming out, and it is ridiculous. Oh, great. Yay. Great. So happy, Ron. Great. Much love to all my Brooklyn peoples. Retired NYPD, Judy Ron. Shout out to you, Judy Ron. You know what? I'm really liking some pasta. Maybe some prosciutto or something. something good. I don't know. Something with some mozzarella and some basil leaves and tomatoes, all that good stuff. Shanann was a great mama. Child, it's hard. Being a mom is hard. It's nerve-wracking at times. Sometimes you get frustrated. Guess what? She was a great mom. She had her house in order, man. I look at that and I'm like, wow. If I could only been like Shanann. I can be. I can still be. I can try, you know? She had everything labeled. If I was that organized, man. Whew. She even had her soap labeled. That is a woman that is dedicated. That woman knows what she's doing. That woman is precise. That woman knows her kids and takes care of her kids. And that woman makes sure that nobody's going to harm her children. Oh, you guys, with the Watts, it's just like, oh, it just never ends. Especially with the Watts family. With, oh no, I thought I seen him. I got excited there for a second. I thought, oh, I thought he was here. Yeah, she was. She was a great mother. She was a great wife. Chris took advantage of her. You know, she tried to keep everything in line and keep everything in order, and he was out getting with Nicole Kessinger. Wow, my battery like completely like drained. I had like 60%. Well, you guys, I've been on here for 1 hour talking about some true crime. I think I'm gonna get off here because I got 10% on my battery, and my connection keeps going in and out. I'm so sorry for that, you guys. That'll be fixed next week. Please leave a comment down below. Give me your thoughts on what you think about these cases, how these cases have impacted you if you know about them, how you feel like these cases have changed our history and the way that we do things. You know, like, I'd like to know like your perspective on life with true crime and what it's done and generation. And I would like to know, and leave some comments down below also, what generation you guys are from. I am a millennial. I am born in 1990. I am 29 years old. Actually, I just turned 29 October the 18th. So, you guys, Duty Ron's he's live. So I'm going to get off here. You guys have a great night, and we will talk to you guys later. But leave a comment down below what generation you are born in and what you are categorized. And if you guys do not know, go look that up. Go find out what generation you are. And if you don't know, and look up the ones from our future and also look at the ones from our past. My grandmother is part of the silent generation. I am a millennial. My daughter is part of the alpha generation. There's awesome things with our generation and the different things that have happened. A lot of my family is part of the I generation, the iPhone generation. And in each different generation, the different crime and the true crimes that have impacted you most in your generation. Leave an impact on that and tell me how much that has impacted you. Also, what kind of crimes have happened in your home state that have really... Guys, I'll get off here and you guys have a great night. And I will also do a live probably tomorrow and give you guys an update on the snow and some more true crime. You guys have a great night. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.